Happy 4th of July. Woo woo. I got my red, off-white, and blue. So there we go. And it's the Seattle Seahawks jersey. And so, in the spirit of the 4th of July, it's the 250th anniversary of the United States of America today. That's it. 4th of July, 2026, or Saturday, 4 July, 2026 AD. So in the spirit of the 4th of July and 250th anniversary of the United States of America, I've decided to do a Thanksgiving reflection to celebrate family time and teamwork. I think if there's kind of a favorite holiday in the United States of America for kind of American spirit, the 4th of July and Thanksgiving are like kind of two big holidays, and Thanksgiving is kind of like a teamwork and family time holiday or shared time, positive community building intent at least. And 4th of July is kind of like, I might call it, it's Independence, like Independence Day, but it's also maybe like at a most basic, we made it, like, oh my gosh, we're here, right? And we're alive and we still have each other, kind of holiday. If I'm not going so far as being melodramatic, so we made it. And so getting to celebrate that, not only like did we make it, there are others, right? So I made it, but we made it, right? Like this video makes it. So then in that sense, you making it to the video, this video making it through, me making this video is shared, we made it kind of moment. So here I, Tanis, she, her, hers of Seattle, reflect on 3 areas of my family time as part of Thanksgiving 2025. Elvis and Josh, Native American wildlife, and Cinebarre. Okay. So Elvis and Josh, including Irish soda bread and movie. So that was when I made Irish soda bread. I gave some to the Native American wildlife, and they brought Irish soda bread that they each made their own loaf and they ate in physical proximity to me. And then in physical proximity, we watched The Motorcycle Diaries, which is a biographical film and about motorcycle, including a motorcycle, motorcycles in South America movie. And it was fun. It was, I think, there's the audience pull of, we want to see the guys, and I'm like, it'd be nice to have some stability, I think, in terms of recurrence of interaction for that kind of nature of interaction. And like, so there's a YouTubing family component there that we may have discussed, and Elvis and Josh may be okay with coming on this channel, and a kind of family spirit, which I think is great. It's good to eat food in physical proximity to each other and watch film, and that's something. It's a living with thing, and so to bring that kind of an element in, even not living together, is very cool. The living with story has started in that sense. Then up next is Native American wildlife. So they had a couple of Thanksgivings with me, including the Irish soda bread that I fed them, and Stubbsy quite enjoyed, Stubbsy the Western Gray Squirrel. And then there were 2 feasting times on Thanksgiving Day, and Ponderosa got his ginormous pecan half. He was very happy about that. And they ate all those fancy nuts, you know, and including walnuts and pecans and their normal food. And it was a dream come true, and this isn't about it being a first, it's about the family time element. It was fun to sit with them. It was fun that it wasn't a rush. It was fun to get to, like, you know, they're looking and they're like, they really like it, the critters, when sometimes they'll come out and they'll look at me, and there'll be all these peanuts on the ground, and they'll like look at the peanuts. I'll be like, I'm out of peanuts in my bag. But they'll be looking at me, so I'm like, do you want me to pick one for you? Do you want me to give it to you? Do you want it from me? And they'll be like, so I'll go over to the peanuts and they'll watch, and I'll pick a peanut, and then I'll give the peanut to the squirrel. And so it was kind of like that. And they were like timid and like, how do they choose the nut? Because there's so many and they're so big. So it was a combination of them, like, you know, like I could give them a nut, but then also being present and being physically like providing safety for them, so they could take that and be like, well, instead of like rushing and being like, oh, I mean, there's like a bird over there that might come after this and that, or come after me, sitting there being present so that they could take the time to pick the nut that they want, giving them safety and sanctuary during their feasting so that they could enjoy it. And me getting to see that, getting to see them enjoy it, so them getting to eat with me in that sense of, and like me getting to share in the experience of them feasting. And I was like, what about my feasting? So that's Regal Cinebarre Mount Lake. So that included food. So on to the next one, including food / beverage and Zootopia 2. So getting to carry on the spirit of, you know, wildlife, you know, a place entirely animals, Zootopia. Zootopia 2, which had good soundtrack, and I got to gorge myself, so to speak, at the Cinebarre food / beverage, and it was a fun experience. I hadn't been to the movies before on Thanksgiving Day, and emphasizing kind of the family of, I wasn't the only person there, and there were workers there, and it's taking something that like has been I movie going with family, but also on as a soloist, and kind of it was fun to go to a Regal Cinemas, because in California I went to a number of different cinemas, and Regal was one that kind of like they had, like, it kind of started to feel a little bit like I went to Regal a fair amount, and I was like, is this like a home? Like, there was a bookstore or a place growing up, Third Place Books, and it was, there's like the home, the work, and then the third place, and I was like, is my, like, to that a place a person can call home? And I was like, are the movies like my third place? Instead of books, it's movies for me. And I was like, going to the movies on Thanksgiving Day as a way of celebrating, like family. It kind of is finding a home at the movie theater, and like we're movie theaters, like just the movie theater. It doesn't. And for this occasion, Regal Cinebarre Mount Lake. So. Yes, I think, which has been a long development as and it's, perhaps the transitory one there was from like family to soloist and decision making was the James Bond, Daniel Craig's James Bond movies. There's what I'm trying to get at with this one is there's been like a transition of like I stayed tuned into the things that like James Bond is this long thing. And my James Bond was Pierce Brosnan transition to Daniel Craig. And for my solo movie going, Daniel Craig, so like Casino Royale, Quantum of Solace, Spectre, Skyfall, No Time to Die, something like that. I may or may not be missing anything in there. But so like it has sometimes the plot lines that continue, even if I don't go see the movies on my own, it provides a structure for my movie going. So there's like the home of movie going, and there's like the movies and the people in the movies. So, and like Shakira on the soundtrack for Zootopia 2. And then there's the movie theater home. So there's different components. And then the food, right? Getting to eat food that I may have had before at the movie theater, in a particular theater, or the chain, or in general. But it all kind of melding together. Where theater includes the employees, the workers, and getting to see familiar faces and or new faces. So it was it felt like a family time experience for that and all three. So that's a Thanksgiving 2025 Family Time Reflection, Elvis and Josh, Native American Wildlife Cinebarre.